So we did not look at any add or subtract fractions that had mixed numbers. Okay? This is page 14. Page 14. Now, the process is not going to change. We're just going to add one step. What do you think that one step is going to be? Ellie. We need these to be improper fractions before we add and subtract. So I'm going to give you 1 minute. Can you please take the yellow number, change it to an improper fraction? Can you take the pink number and change it to an improper fraction? Work with your elbow partner if you forgot what to multiply and then add together.
Wait, I'm giving her a pencil and she started laughing.
It's a funny thing, pencils. All right. Red, what do you have for the yellow number? Okay, negative 19 over 8. Do you agree with 19 over 8? Okay, remember we're taking 8 times 2 plus 3 to get that 19. Okay, minus, okay, Jacob Tanner, what do you have for the pink number? 7 over 4. We're taking 4 times 1 plus 3. Okay. All right, I want you to think about what our common denominator should be. Okay, there are a couple different ways to do this problem, but I will tell you there is one way that is simpler. Landon with an I, what were you whispering? 8. Do you think 8 would be a good common denominator?
Yes.
Okay, you could do 32 if you'd like. But what Landon noticed is that if we take 4 times 2, we get 8. So we can just change this second fraction by multiplying 2 over 2 so that we get negative 19 over 8 minus 14 over 8. It is not 5. I am so sorry. She is not the only one to think that it is 5, and it is okay. But let's remember our rules for adding and subtracting integers. So first of all, with the fractions, what's our denominator?
8.
Our denominator is 8. Now, we are subtracting, which means add the opposite. So we need to take negative 19 and add negative 14. So we're already at negative 19, and now we're adding 14 more negatives to it. Where are we at? Where are we at? What's negative 19 plus negative 14? Negative 33. Okay. Now, is negative 33 how I want you to leave your answer? No, it is an improper fraction. We need to change it back to a mixed number. So we're going to keep it negative. How many times does 8 go into 33? It goes in 4 times. 33 divided by 8 is 4 times with a remainder of 1. So we have 4. Our remainder of 1 is going to go with our denominator 8. Okay, so we're still doing the same thing we did on Friday. You can still use this dry erase chart if you need it. I have no problem. That's why I made them. If you need it, use it. Okay. All right, number 8. Could you please change those to improper fractions for me, please? All right, Channing, what'd you get for the first number? 11 over 6. Do we agree? Okay. Carlos, what'd you get for the second one? 11 over 4. I like that. Do we agree? Okay. Now, again, there's probably a couple different common denominators we could choose. Okay, who has an idea? Elaine? Okay, Elaine said 12. Was somebody else thinking 24? No. Okay, if you choose 24, that's perfectly fine. But what Elaine noticed is that 6 and 4, we can both multiply by a number to make them both 12. So, what would we need to multiply the first fraction by? Okay, 2 would make this a denominator of 12. All right. And what about 4? What do we multiply that one by? Huh? 3. Okay, so if you're using the chart, here are our purple numbers. And then we chose our green numbers that have to be the same. And what's happening is our denominators are both multiplying to be 12. Okay? What's this first numerator? 11 times 2. What about 11 times 3? 33. Man, they made these really nice numbers for you, didn't they? Where did I get 2 from?
You said that.
Okay, so we looked at 6 and 4, and we knew that we could make them 12. So we chose 2 because 6 times 2 is 12, and we chose 3 because 4 times 3 is 12. Okay? Now, could you have used 4 here and 6 here? Yes, that is fine. You can do that. We'll just have more simplifying later. So our common denominator stays common, and what do we add for our numerators? What's 22 plus 33? Come on, you can do this. 55. Okay. Done or not done? Not done. We need to figure out how many times does 12 go into 55. So if I'm going to count by 12s, 12, 24, 36, 48, right? 12 times 4 is 48, which means how many are left over? 7. So our answer is 4 and 7/12. Amari, are we okay?
I was explaining to her something.
Okay, are we okay? Kenny?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
For you.
Okay, we're gonna go to the top of page 9, not top of page 9, top of page 15 to number 9. Okay, this is the last one we're gonna do together as a class. All right, so 2 4/5. We gotta change it. It's just the next page at the top. So we're at page 15 at the top. I got all weird with my numbers, sorry. Yep, this one here. Okay, Josie, how do we rewrite 2 4/5?
Multiply 2 by 5 and then put 4.
So what do we get?
14.
Over. Okay, 14 over 5 is what Josie says we need there. Okay. Sophia, what about our second one? 2 1/4. What does that get rewritten as? 9 over 4. Okay. Now, those parentheses are just separating the two numbers. So I have a number minus another number. But since we have minus a negative, what does that mean? If we add the opposite, that becomes add the positive. So really this is just we're adding the two together. Okay. Okay. Who has an idea for our common denominator? What do you think, Temperance? 20. Okay. How did Temperance get 20? Okay, she just multiplied our two denominators 5 times 4. So since this denominator is 5, she says, okay, let's multiply this fraction by 4 over 4. Since this denominator is 5, let's take this fraction and multiply by 5 over 5. So this is an example where we just took the denominators and threw them at the other one. Okay. Are you okay? Okay. So our common denominator is 20. Woo, 14 times 4. Landon, with an O, can you help me? 14 times 4. Is he right? 86? 56? 48. 14 times 4? What's 4 times 4? 16. Yeah, I think we're okay with 56. All right, what about 9 times 5? All right. So we have a common denominator of 20. What happens when we take 56 plus 45? 101. Ooh, actually, think I'm kind of excited about changing this. All right. How many times does 20 go into 101? Okay. 20 times 5 is 100. So we have 5 and 1 left over to be with our 20th.